I asked Jerry and I asked some of the folks, because I hear this is a major theme right here, but 2 Corinthians, right? 2 Corinthians 3:17, that's the whole ball game. Where the Spirit of the Lord, right? Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. And here there is Liberty College, but Liberty University, but it is so true. You know, when you think, and that's really, is that the one? Is that the one you like? I think that's the one you like, because I loved it. And it's so representative of what's taken place.
Stop me if you heard this before. 2 Corinthians walk into a bar. 1 Corinthians says to the second, you got it. All right. No further. Let's talk about something else you haven't heard. How a certain political candidate has proven he has no idea what's actually in the Bible. Sure, it's easy to talk about the Bible in general terms, but when pressed to note why the Bible is important to so many people around the world, when you say you know what is actually in the Bible, think you might have at least one specific thing to talk about? Just one?
So many things you can learn from the Bible, and you can lead your life. And I'm not just talking in terms of religion. I'm talking in terms of leading a life, even beyond a religion. There's so many brilliant things in the Bible. And you can read it over, and many people have done this, and they've led their life that way, but you can read it hundreds and hundreds of times. You know, David, they say great art, like the Mona Lisa. Some people, they look at it, and it doesn't look as great at the beginning. And then they'll look at it. By the time they see it many, many times, it becomes the most, they can't take their eyes off it.
Let's be forgiving, okay? Everybody forgets things. Even when you claim to have read the single most important book in the history of mankind many times over and can't quote one single line when pressed, can't even discuss without using filler words and talking points to generalize, sure, let's give the person a pass because, hey, we're a forgiving people. And in the heat of the moment, or many identical moments when you know the question's coming up, avoiding an answer because it just slipped your mind over and over again, sure, okay, it happens. But some things, certain things, those striking too close to home, such as using tragedy in political, people, and politics for personal gain, that doesn't get a pass.
The people in New York fought and fought and fought, and we saw more death, and even the smell of death. Nobody understood it, and it was with us for months, the smell, the air. And we rebuilt downtown Manhattan, and everybody in the world watched, and everybody in the world loved New York and loved New Yorkers. And I have to tell you, that was a very insulting statement that Ted made.
All right, here's where I get torqued, talking about the courage of New Yorkers just to score political points. The mainstream deniers all missed the story, of course, how a deputy chief in the New York City Fire Department revealed Donald Trump ignored multiple requests from him and others to support the James Zadroga Act, the bill that extended health benefits to those first responders who courageously gave their life at the Twin Towers and are now dying almost daily, and who spoke to not only New York values but American values. In December, all 3 Democratic presidential candidates and at least 4 of the Republican choices endorsed the Zadroga bill. Senator Cruz chose to not take any position, and he wrongly voted against the spending deal that included the extended health benefits. At least we know his position, one I find unconscionable, because those towers fell in the home of my youth, and to this day cut deeply into my soul and that of so many others. Trump's campaign to this day won't respond to requests for comment about his silence in supporting those who had real courage and conviction. Because to those he has given the back of his hand with his silence, he is in this case bankrupt of both. New York values, Mr. Trump? Hey, at least we know where Senator Cruz stands. Agree or disagree? I'll wager he knows the correct Bible verse about he who casts the first stone. That he's telling it like it is. Rock on, true believers. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow night, right back here on The Hard Line.